Daybreak and you are sitting in the swamp. Suddenly there's a zip past your head, the sunlight hitting them, going in and out of the trees until they come in for a soft landing in the water. My name is Caleb Morris, and that's the way I felt the first time I had an experience with ducks in the wild. I was hooked on the calls, their flying, and their color patterns. Today I want to talk about the differences in duck species. I have 3 points to bring out when showing these differences: the sounds they make, the way they fly, and their physical appearance. When I was finished, when I am finished, you should have a good understanding of how to identify some of the duck species and outline the differences. In eastern North Carolina, there are two main ducks we will talk about: the wood duck and the mallard. My first point to bring out is their sounds. This is what would be their call. When listening to the wood duck, their call tends to be high pitched and even whistle at times. When compared to the mallard, the differences are easy to see. The mallard has more of a traditional call. Most people would call it a quack. The mallard is what the majority of people think all ducks sound like. Ben Cole of Realtree Outdoors cites over 40 species of ducks in North America alone. That's a lot of different calls. As hard as it is to believe these ducks sound so different, it's harder to believe they fly different, which brings up our second point. A wood duck can be heard coming in with a small squeak as their wings rub their body on in flight. They mostly fly in wooded areas and are very skilled in dodging trees as they land. Mallards, on the other hand, are heard with the sound of wind. They push off their wings. Unlike the wood duck, they come down in a hover. They also look for open areas to land. Ducks Unlimited states a mallard can fly 800 miles in 8 hours of constant flight time. If the mallard becomes scared, they may fly straight up to the sky while the wood duck will fly through the trees for cover. The third point is one that most anyone can see: physical appearance. Ducks look different. Each species have different colors, body size, and feather patterns. The male green the male wood duck can be identified by their green head, brown upper body, and dark feathers on their backs. One thing that stands out: the male wood duck is the red circle around their eyes. They are not the smallest duck, but compared to the mallard, they are medium sized. The mallard also has a green head, but its entire head is green, not just the top. They have a dark gray back, and most have a white ring around the neck. One thing that stands out is their bright yellow bill. Like most birds, the male has most of the color patterns, while the females are mostly brown, but like the males, their sizes are different. Now, as we come to the end of this informative presentation, I hope you will be able to tell the difference between duck species using 3 points should be a great guide when listening to their sounds, watching them fly, and observing their colors and differences between duck species is interesting, but getting out getting out in the wild and seeing them will be sure to make you smile.